What is it? Where can you get it done? Who does it? What does it do for your car? A whole bunch of questions to be asked with tuning. And for some reason, a lot of people actually ask me. I'm no tuner and I'm not a professional, but there are some things that I've learned over time that I can just at least kind of spill the information of and hopefully make it easy to understand, and I'll also show you in depth kind of how my tune works along the way. So in case you don't know, this is my 2008 Infiniti G37. It is currently tuned to run 93 gas and E85 gas. What the entire idea of it is an air to fuel ratio. You have a huge map, this graph, all these little numbers going along right here. Those are air to fuel ratio mixtures. And what you do as a tuner, you adjust those air to fuel ratios. And when you adjust them, you can possibly make more power by putting in more air and fuel into the engine. There are other things that you can tune. You can tune the transmission. It's also just kind of a vague term for doing anything to the car. But in general, we're mainly just gonna be focusing on computer tuning. Tuning the ECU of the car, the computer, the brains of the car that tells everything what to do. Every car comes stock with air fuel ratio that's typically going to be mild from factory. It's gonna make decent gas mileage. Sometimes, be there when you need it. When you get into higher RPMs, they might up that air fuel ratio, but typically a stock air fuel ratio or tune isn't going to be what you're gonna want in your car. Mainly get a tune because you have mods that support this tune so that you can run a higher air to fuel ratio. For example, if you're looking at my car right here, we have an air intake. Long tube intakes that go to the front, and also under this cover here and in there, we have fuel injectors. Air intake, fuel injectors. Air fuel modifications. For this car, at least two of probably the most power gain kind of things for this car, but exactly what we're talking about, at least air and fuel. I have an air intake that can get a lot more air into the engine, which is why you need a tune to maximize that power that those can make. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to have modifications to get a tune, obviously. There's a lot of cars out there, BMWs especially, I think is kind of what they're known for, where you can drop a tune and a downpipe in, you can make 40 wheel horsepower more. The tune is really how you can take advantage and scavenge for all the horsepower by getting the supporting mods and getting the tune to support those mods. When I was getting my car tuned, which I've gotten it twice now, but it was getting dyno tuned the second time. VPF tuning, awesome, knows what he's doing, great fucking tuner. We put this on the dyno, and what he does is he has his graph and he has his ways, he knows kind of his air fuel ratio. He has certain timing that he'll give to the car to make as much power as possible. Things like that aren't typically like public knowledge. Tuners have their ways and they have their kind of personal preferences on how they think the car should be. Most of that is kind of their hidden information because that's what they make money for. They make money by giving out this information they've learned from the car with these tunes. Now, remote tuning, that's one of the forms of tuning, which most of the time consists of being sent like things so that someone else can get the information of your car. After they have the information, they can read all the data, read everything your car was doing to then go and adjust all what they need to do. Second is going to be a street tune, which is basically the same thing, but instead the person can be, in the car actively in real time, reading the live data of the car, adjusting things as they see fit, and most likely better because they're kind of able to feel the car, feel kind of what's wrong, what's right, what the car's doing, and how it's reacting to the things that they are doing. Last is going to be a dyno tune. It's typically the choice for most people because number one, you get to see horsepower figures, which is what I got. That's the main reason I wanted it. But also, when you can do pulls over and over like that on, the exact same surface of something, it can really make the data consistent and can really help the tuner do exactly what they want to. And with those three ways of tuning, typically you're not gonna get a tune for lower than $800. There's like a license that goes into it. There's a few things that go into it, but typically you're gonna be sitting around $800. People put these crazy modifications, you take off the cats, you do fuel injectors, intake, you adjust turbos and stuff like that. You want the tune to lock in those things and also give you peace of mind that that they're running correctly. But what about my tune? How does my tune individually work? So when talking about maps, we're referring to basically the different individual tunes your overall tune of the car has. So typically, of what I believe, you get 5 maps when you go get a car. So 5 different kind of modes of the tune you can go into. So when we talk about mine, for example, I have my first tune, my tune where I run 93 gas. That's what I go into. I can switch into that tune, which I'll show you right here. Different softwares do different things. This is tuned on one of the softwares called UpRev. Now, this is kind of an older software. You don't get as much of adjustability of something like EcuTech, which a lot of people go with, that can kind of do things on your phone. You can switch between the tunes, but we've got UpRev. And with UpRev, it's programmed in by going right here with these 2 buttons. We've got our cruise control buttons. So he's able to basically put in this kind of code, I guess, to be able to do something like this. So I hold down this button, I press cancel. You see that little flash right there? Hold down, 1 press. Take it off. That is in the first tune of the 5 maps I have. That is my 93 tune. We're currently running E85, so we're gonna get out of that by going to my E85 tune, which is 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. As you can hear, the car reacted differently because this is a E85 and that's what I wanna be running. Flames are really just kind of throwing off the timing of the vehicle.
Normally you have a combustion that happens when everything is closed with these 2 valves, but instead the exhaust valve is actually going to be open a little bit when the combustion happens, so that it's going to let those flames come out of your car.
And come out of the back exhaust pipes. Hence, you're getting flames or a pop tune. Pretty loud, but yeah. Here's some other fun clips. One of my maps is also going to be a kind of like a kill switch mode where I can put it in my 5th tune actually, and that's going to just cut fuel completely. So if I put it in tune number 5, no one can just start my car up and go. It'll just sit there and start forever, which honestly is a super nice thing to have, especially when you know you're in a sketchy area. You can pop that 5 tune in, no one can steal your car. Please don't try to steal my car now that you know that. But it really just is as simple as that. When I'm driving, if I want to switch to the flame tune real quick, I just pop this down, 1, 2, 3, 4, pops up 4 times, we're in the flame tune. We can downshift. And we're popping. But that's really it with tuning, honestly. It's kind of really just what I know. Obviously, there's probably a lot more. There's probably some things I missed. Let me know. I'm not a tuner. I'm just trying to spill some of the knowledge that I've learned and what I know. I probably got some things wrong. I may have said some things that are really important that I forgot. Just take it easy, all right? I don't know everything. But in the end, I hope that kind of cleared it up for y'all, made it maybe a little simpler and easy. If you're debating on getting a tune or anything like that, obviously, get a tune. You need it. It's always the best possible thing. I know it's a lot of money. Find someone cheap that maybe knows what they're doing. I don't know, even just so you can have one on there. Learn how to do it yourself. There's a lot of options. I don't know. But hope y'all enjoyed. Hopefully more videos coming soon. As you can see, we're in a different place. I recently moved, so that's kind of why I haven't been uploading as much. But appreciate y'all watching. Let me know some videos y'all want to see. I think that's it. Thank you. I love you. Bye.